Hi there, I'm Kit Cassingham with Live in Focused Energy. It's good to see you all tonight. I want to talk about the concept of it's too hard. It is human nature to resist change, and life is change. One form of change is learning new things, like learning new information, habits, actions, attitudes, behaviors. That learning pushes your envelope. It pushes your comfort zone, may push your limits a little too much sometimes. I'm finding in my life, by my own experience and watching others, that mindset matters tremendously. Is your mindset one of excitement at change and learning new things? Acceptance? Denial? Or resistance? I'm going to give you some examples of each mindset that I just mentioned so you can maybe figure out where you fit into that. And then I'll talk about some ways to think about changing your attitude, your mindset. My dad is 93 years old, very hard of hearing. He loves to learn. He keeps buying these online learning courses, and even though he often doesn't understand what they're saying, like when he studied string theory, he said, I don't know what they're saying, but it's so interesting. He just eats it up. And it's contagious. I find that I want to go study string theory too. Then there is the acceptance mindset. I hear professionals talk about the mandatory education they have to do, and it's okay for them. They accept that they have to do it. They don't always like it, but they know it's just part of the job, and they do it and they learn things. And I've got my cat again with me. I meant to put her out. There. Let's see if that'll work for a minute or two. Then there are the people who deny learning. And by the, I witnessed a conversation recently in a group of people. One of the people was talking about the various math quizzes that you find on Facebook. And they just couldn't get it. So one of the people said, well, give me an example of what you're talking about. Because the first person said, I'm no good at math, can't do it, and I thought I worked it out and I was wrong. So somebody else in the group said, well, let's talk about it. Pick a number. Let's do the math for you. And it was divide this fraction into this number. So the original speaker said, all right, 6, and divide that by 1/3. So the group started trying to teach different ways of thinking about how you do that math. But the person who brought it up said, no, 1/3 of 6 is 2. That's all there is to it. And even showing, and seeing is believing. Not for some people. People who are in denial about their abilities, about the rules that they follow, being correct, all those things. That keeps people from learning and changing. And then there is just kind of the overall category of resistance. And I find a huge percentage of people fall into this, especially those with ADD. And it's not about everything. It's just a thing here and there. Some examples. Studying. Studying is too hard. I'm not going to take that class. A counter way of thinking of it is, well, would you rather stay stuck in your present job and salary, be it flipping hamburgers or pumping gas, or being a secretary, or being a manager in a department? Would you rather be there Because that's easier than studying? Or is it harder to stay stuck? Since I've just finished this detox diet, I'll use that as an example. I have had people say to me, oh, it's just 10 days? I think I could go without sugar for 10 days. The idea, though, is to do a lifetime of no sugar or flour, processed foods, even alcohol. And you might agree with one of those elements. And when I say do without, many people don't have to do without completely. If they even hit the 80 or 90% mark, they'd be miles and steps ahead of where they were when they were consuming mass quantities of those toxic foods. So what's harder? Being overweight, having your cavities filled, having foggier brain, not sleeping as well, or greatly reducing those toxic foods? Exercise is another one that it's just too hard. I can't do it. I don't like it. Again, is it easier to be stiff, sore, short of breath than it is to exercise? Huh? Well, evidently, the exercise, the reducing the toxic foods, and the studying are too hard for a lot of people. Now, they'll complain about what their situation, but I guess they haven't hit rock bottom and they haven't done enough to change what they're doing. I get it. I've been there, and I'll be there again. There are things that I resist, that I deny. For the most part, I really embrace and am excited about learning and change. And yes, change is hard. Learning new things is hard at first. And I'll tell you, what's also hard is being stuck, being stiff, sore, filling cavities filled, not getting promotions or getting clients. Those are hard, and they get harder through time, unlike learning and changing, which do get easier with time and practice. I know, I've been there. And when you push yourself to learn and to grow, the confidence that you gain, the knowledge, the wisdom, the abilities that you gain, those are so worth the effort. You just have to get yourself out there. Life is change. Will you make that inevitable change and that learning harder through denial and resistance? Or will you embrace it and get excited about it? High performance living is accepting and embracing change and other ways of doing things that make life happier, more productive, easier, really. So don't limit yourself with your negative thinking and your resistance and denial. Step up to high performance living. Step up to the excitement and embrace that change. Try it. You might like it. I'm Kit Cassingham with LivingFocusedEnergy.com. If you found value in tonight's session, please share this video. I hope I've served you well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care.